Hello everyone, welcome to General Orlando 327 Plays Final Fantasy XIII, episode 30. So we are going to do mission 16, and then we're going to head back into Mahabara and continue with the storyline, picking up a few missions that are quite literally on the way. So we are currently right near where we finished mission 15. Which was the battle with the the battle with the Goblin Chieftain and a whole bunch of goblins. And we are right on the edge of the area that the all of the adamantoises are hanging out. So the mark or the marker for the Seath Stone for the next mission is right near where the last one. No, I take that back. The closest chocobo to us, that's between us and the mission, is right around where we picked up the last mission. So that's where we're gonna head to get the chocobo, because it's a ways to get to the actual marker. And there's no sense in walking when we can ride. So, let's make sure I get going the right direction here. Alright, so we need to go that way. And of course, part of the annoying part of this area is this giant chasm here that you can't jump without a chocobo. But you can't get a chocobo anywhere near it, so I have to go all the way around just to get there. What am I set up in? Just in case I accidentally get tagged by these monsters, which I almost did. Let's see, where is the goes on the other side of this ridge. Alright, and from here we are going to go to another area that we have yet to explore, which is off in this direction. The northeastern-ish corner of this area. So what we're actually aiming for is on the map we should have a bunch of inactive Seath Stones. Okay, they were on here a second ago when I pulled it up, but now they're not on there? Okay, well that's annoying. Alright, so we're actually going to go into basically the same area we were in front of, just the opposite side of it. Ah, there's the ring that I'm looking for. So we actually want to go... I'm actually going the wrong direction. That's why. Going too far east. So this is the ring of Seath Stones that I was talking about, and we will do all of these after the storyline. They don't even become active until you complete the entire storyline, so can't do anything with them until then. Alright, so this battle is a little bit tough to elude because it's got... Normally those things are running at the... There we go. Oh yeah, I can't go underneath it, can I? Well, that's a problem. Because I'm going to need a chocobo. Erg. Yeah, we're not even going to try to fight this, because that's a really bad idea. Actually, yeah, we'll just let it go, because why not? We're going to die anyway, so... Assuming it ever attacks. And bye-bye. How did Vanilla not get hit by that?
And so it ends.
That's weird. That's why I say don't even try to fight those yet. Not worth it. Except I really wanted that chocobo.
Don't go getting any ideas about taking that one on.
Careful. Sometimes they kick.
Suppose I could use a Deceptisol, but... So anyway, these turtles are the only things that you that the chocobo won't handle on its own. If it runs into it, normally it just drops one of those morale feathers in the morale bar, and then it respawns it. But if you run into one of the turtles, the Ortoises, then it'll. All right, forget this. We're gonna go around to the other entrance because I hate trying to get in from that direction. Such a longer walk going the other direction for absolutely no purpose. Which means we would have been faster to just go this way, but whatever. No, because I still think I have to have a chocobo for this. I don't think I can get up here without a chocobo. Oh, that's right, there's 2 sets of steps. Forgot about that. Of course, then you have to avoid hitting that one, which is not easy to do. There we go. Alright. So then there are 2 treasure spheres we need to get up here. First, this one. Yeah, and then we need to go the other direction. This way. And in the process, we're going to get this.
Huh? What's that?
For our first cactuar of the game.
Oh! Chill out there, Greenie. Hey now, stop that already. Oh, you asking for it now. All right, that does it.
Steps to that
Come here, you.
instead of smart bomb.
Oh, you think you're real hot stuff, don't you? You just wait until next time, big guy. Oh no, head spinning. Don't go hurling now.
Except I don't think I'm set up properly for that. Alright, I'm not. Let me fix this. Alright, there we go. That'll work better. We're gonna bypass that for a second. Actually, why bother? Just kill it. Come back here! So the most annoying things about the cactuars in this game is that they will like either run away from you, or if you're on a chocobo, they'll just run right into your chocobo. Usually before you even see them. Oh, I forgot to level this. It only has one status weakness, and it is Daze, which is useful. And it's weak against fire, so... There's honestly no reason to leave her in that paradigm. As you can see, these things don't do a whole lot of damage. They just are fairly fast. There we go. And there we go. I actually think what I was looking for might have been over here too. No. Where's my... Well, here's the Seath Stone anyway. I think it is on the opposite side of the plateau. Alright, so this is going to be the toughest one that we take on. I mean, there might be some a little bit tougher in the areas that we're leading to before the end of this chapter that we might do, but that we'll probably do, but this is the one that's gonna be the one of the most challenging ones that we do before the end of the storyline. And it's not a horrible idea to save this one until afterwards. By the way, you definitely want to get this treasure sphere because it has a clay ring, which you're going to need later. And you're better off getting it now because you have the option of fighting some adamantoises near the end of the storyline for some pretty valuable loot. But you're going to want that clay ring in order to make it feasible. So anyway, what was I? Oh, the mission that we're on right now, mission 16, is not a very easy mission. I mentioned we were gonna do a tougher mission down where the chocobos are hanging out, and there's actually two that we end up doing there. There's one that we do now and one that we do after the storyline. And this is actually the one that I was thinking of. Was the mission that we're gonna be doing right now. That is fairly challenging even for our maxed out development on this tier. So, and this is really why I really wanted to keep the chocobo, because it would make things a whole lot easier. But whatever, pick it up another one out of the way. Because like I say, we have to go all the way down to past where we took down the paling to get into the chocobo area. Hello again. Really where I want it to go, but I suppose it works. Jump down off of this side. Yeah, and now the Cactuars are hiding out in various areas that they weren't before. And unless you know where they are, you're probably gonna run into them on Chocobo, because they like to run right into you. That's not where I want to go. That's where I want to go. Should I get going the right direction here? Okay, fine, we'll go up. Wasn't really what I planned, we can, but whatever. Not really what I planned there, but okay. Alright, in order to get this to activate properly, we need, well, in order to do it at our level, we really want to get a preemptive strike on this. So what we're going to do is, the group that we're going to be fighting is right over here behind this rock. But in order to get the setup properly, we want preemptive strike. So we're gonna kill this group in front of us now. Think of the best way to do it. Preemptive strike. Well, that'll make things easier. I'll solve a lot of my problems. Bye-bye.
Easy.
Okay, now, it's still not real easy to get a preemptive strike here unless you want to use a Deceptisol, which isn't a horrible idea. But what we need to do, we need to, this rock with the flower sticking out of it, we need to stand over here. We need to be in aggression. Either aggression or tireless charge. If you're going to be taking this mission on, you're probably going to have to be pretty confident in your skills. Ah! This is not going to go well if we do that. If you're going to be taking this mission on before the end of the storyline, you're going to probably have to be fairly confident in your abilities to kill these things, which means aggression is probably fine. If you are not so confident in your abilities, then you probably ought to set up a tireless charge, because this battle is a frantic little quick thing that... That's cool. Because these Cerata Raptors summon other of the... Yeah, see, that's how fast you can die. With a preemptive strike.
No.
Basically, all of that damage got done in the time that I selected and cast Libra. By the time I got over it, there would have been nothing I could do. Which means we have to try this again. Well, this time I'll cast Libra at the beginning, because, you know, that would be a good idea. I just didn't realize that I didn't have it on me yet. Next best friend is going to be Renewed, because I don't want to take the time to change paradigms in a battle like this. It's far too hectic. Far too hectic. At least until I get rid of most of the raptors. Now I'll use this. I probably should have used Tireless Charge instead, but whatever. Down to only one raptor, so that's something anyway. Cool. And Vanille just died. That's wonderful. And I don't have enough TP left to use. I thought I had a full TP bar before going into that battle. Like I said, not a fun fight. think if I have a better way of doing this. I mean, I could always use shrouds, but I may actually want to use an Ethersol just to make sure I have 5 TP. I didn't realize I only had. Then I might summon Odin instead of using Renew the first time around.
Odin.
Let's see if this will work. I doubt it.
Target's a target. Nothing personal. We do. Charge! Now! Charge! Shake the ground! Charge! The storm is here! Until next time.
Now, what do we got left? Not really. I wanted that.
Target's a target.
Like I said, this battle is quite frantic and not exactly fun, unless you get really lucky and don't have them summon anything ever. Virtually not gonna happen. And yet we still 5-starred it. Okay, so that's that one. And now we're going to take a chocobo back to the nearest fast transit point so that we can jump directly back to Mahabara. birds. Something about bird brains comes to mind. Guess it's a good thing there's no windows, because it'd probably run right into it. Just want to make sure that was in fact the fastest way to get there, and it definitely is. No. Get off the thank you. Alright, and then we jump from here to the opposite side of the step. And then we're going to take the same path that we did for the grinding back in the very, well, not at the very beginning of the chapter, but basically the beginning of the chapter. Only to take on the enemy that we kept resetting at to respawn all the enemies. We're going to take down that juggernaut and collect the treasure that it's guarding. Because we are equipped to do that now. And aggression will definitely work for everything in this area now. With auto haste and bravery and faith, whichever is appropriate for the character. Why? I thought I switched. No, I didn't. Never mind. I was gonna say I thought I switched lightning to a morale talisman, but I did not. So I'm actually going to do that now because she is not going to be in her Ravager role much right now because everything is so low leveled compared to us at this point that we don't need her in Ravager and she'll do more damage as a commando. So anyway, so we're going to go to the end of the side path up here, and there's nothing in here that can really challenge us at this point. Except for the juggernaut that we're going to be fighting. Even that, we're pretty well equipped to handle it. So again, if you're just trying to run through the game and not doing things the way I am and taking the time to do these extra missions and making the gear, you don't even want to try to face one of those juggernauts. It is actually doable. I did do it on my first run through this game before I did all this extra excessive stuff. But it's not fun. And I'm all about video games being fun, and not just a mindless challenge. I suppose being able to do it would be anything but mindless, but I guess it'd be mindless depending on how many times you bash your head against the wall while you're trying to do it. And I get enough headaches already, so don't need more. Yeah, let's just toss a Faraga spell at him. That'll take care of it. Remember when this was a challenging encounter? This was the encounter that we would be like, if you couldn't get through this, then you are massively underleveled. Well, we're not so massively underleveled. If you get through it that easily, you're probably as close to overleveled as you can get in this game. Which actually isn't true. We're going to be even more overleveled, relatively speaking, by the time we fight the final boss of the storyline, but that's because we're going to be spending some time grinding in the final dungeon. So when I say we, I mean me, since I won't have all that on camera, because it will be about, usually it takes me about 3 to 4 hours to level grind in the final dungeon. But it is actually the best, statistically the best return grind area in the game. So that's why I do it. Saves multiple hours later. The downside is we're still going to have to loot grind later. Alright, so this is back where we always would trigger the next fight and then leave, quit out of it, and go back the opposite direction. But this time we are not going to do that. We are actually going to fight it. And we need to set this up as that. And the other thing we're going to do is, this is not going to be a short fight. So the Aurora Scarf that allows me to charge 1 full gauge before battle is not going to be as useful in the long run for this. So we are going to actually switch it to fire protection, because like the other giant machines, the Dreadnought stuff that we've been fighting, it also uses fire attacks. So make sure I'm not missing anything else. That should be good. For real this time. So having 2 saboteurs in this battle is one of the best strategies you can have against this thing. Only because, again, like others of its kind, once it reaches a critical mass of debuffs on it, it wastes time with Steam Clean. We got all 6 on there, so now we want to switch over to Relentless Assault. If it manages to get off one more attack, no, it's not gonna. Because like I say, if it does another attack before it Steam Cleans, we're gonna have to heal, just because of the sheer damage output this thing can do. But because it's not gonna do that, hopefully we'll get lucky and it will stagger before it finishes Steam Clean. It did. Whatever. So now we switch back to this. Actually, I probably should use Variety. Again, sheer damage output. We don't want to get sloppy here. Now it's staggered. And I'm actually going to use Assassination quickly here to... And then I'm going to use Renew instead of having us heal up so that we can take more advantage of the stagger period. And then we're going to go into aggression. Yeah, because it's casting Seam Clean, that's kind of annoying, but whatever. In this case, I think we're going to be better served trying to use Assassination instead of to get the debuffs back on quickly. Instead of trying to get the double Scourge or double Smite at the end of the stagger. How did that completely miss me? Never mind, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth.
Time for another approach.
A gift juggernaut in the mouth? I do have enough for one more renew. So we'll switch to variety long enough for. No, still not what I wanted. Ow, that was unplanned.
Thanks. We can get through this.
Go. Interrupt Steam Clean. That.
Enemy off balance.
And again, remember if your main character is in the air, then you can switch paradigms without any time change, and there we go. It is possible to take that thing down in the first stagger if you're lucky with the timing on everything, but don't necessarily need to either. And our reward is a platinum bangle. And the fact that this one does not respawn, so we don't have to worry about it later when we come back to actually do this quest. Although by the time we come back here, that battle's going to be trivially easy. We won't even need like full-on assassination in order to get all the debuffs on it quickly. You can use Smart Bomb and do essentially the same thing. Speaking of which, let's switch this. That's not what I wanted. This needs to go back to Tireless Charge. There we go. And then we can go back to aggression. Yeah. So that kind of gives you a clue of the scale of what suggested power levels are. If that was guarding a single platinum bangle and the double Behemoth King combos in the step are guarding are guarding two platinum bangles, that gives you kind of an idea of what the developers think the power levels are in this game. Again, you could theoretically kill one of those juggernauts even if you're not necessarily speedrunning the game, but if you're like casually just making your way through the game at a fairly average pace. And probably someday I might do video of me either doing like a real speedrun or a run of this game without using all of the heavy-handed tactics that I use. Might try to do it basically an extension of the What If You Don't Like My Way series. I may do a full run of this game again with basically skipping all the extra missions and that kind of thing, and not doing the grinding spots that I've pointed out on camera and used off camera. Let me think about that. The best way to do this. I'm trying to remember what exactly what status affects it. Yeah, this might actually work. again, we're so overpowered at this point that I'm not real concerned about the damage this thing can do. And I don't actually want to kill the hoplites too fast.
Keep the enemy off balance.
I wasn't sure whether I wanted to use aggression or smart bomb here. Apparently, smart bomb. It's fine. Now we can use aggression. I can't remember how high the boss phalanx's defenses were at this stage of the game.
Just another battle.
At our development levels. Whether or not I needed the saboteur in my party. I mean, as you can see, I really didn't need it per se, but it was a little bit more speedy.
Take this. Yes.
Now this battle might still be a little interesting. Actually, let's do this. Or we can just get a preemptive strike. Okay. Fine by me. Makes my job easier.
Targets and targets. Yes.
Still the right paradigm.
Be ready for the next fight.
Oops. Thought I remembered that correctly, that there's resistance to magic and normal to physical.
Just another battle.
Otherwise, I would have gone with Relentless Assault and just focused on one at a time, but I got that right. Oh, I forgot to put the Aurora Scarves back on. Because we don't need the Ember Rings anymore. Although there's another Juggernaut coming up that we could fight if I felt like it, but I don't even feel like fighting those. Alright, this is the next mission marker. So we are about halfway through Mahabara. So there's the entrance. there's coming up is where we fought Hecaton and Chair, and we're pretty close to that. And the mission, the mark is on our way to where we were, so, or where that battle took place. I'm gonna have to look at that after. We're gonna do this again. Yeah, that's the right one. We're gonna do this the same way we fought the last battle with these.
You're nothing.
Except that it's got one extra. What? No, that's not what I wanted you to target. Wasn't paying attention to what I was actually targeting.
That's how it's done.
Alright, so that's the one that we fought automatically with one more hoplite. Not that that's going to add any significant level of challenge to this, but... Oh, except for the fact that this is enabling bellows instead of a box phalanx. So this is the one that we fought earlier outside of Mahabharata on the step by itself, but still not a significant challenge.
Back under your rock. Out of my way.
Grief. I'm pretty sure she just died. Yep, she did. Cool. There we go. That'll help. Getting pain on this thing will make it a lot easier. To be fair, at this point, I'm not even sure we need to worry about debuffing anything, because Fang can handle the hoplites by herself. And without this thing being able, without the bellows being able to physically attack us, it's not a threat, as you can see. There we go. Which happened literally the way I explained it. Fang handled all the hoplites by herself, and Vanille and I took out the other. We get a spare sorcerer's mark out of that. Cool. And now we have a fast travel point in the middle of Mahabharata, which is nice. So if you really feel like it, you can run back and forth between this the mark that we just fought and the mission marker. Nothing respawns in between it, but you only get 5,000 CP out of it, and the loot drops aren't really worth it. So I think we're just going to get back to where we fought Hecaton, and then we're going to call it an episode. And then next episode, we'll just move forward with the rest of the storyline. And again, we'll be doing missions along the way for the rest of this chapter. So. We might actually get to the point, because we're building up so much CP. If you get to 999,999, after that, any CP you gain is just wasted. So we may actually get to the point in this chapter that we have to spend some on developing secondary roles, just so that we don't waste CP gained. But we'll see when we get there. That gives you a clue how much more we have before this chapter is over. If we have, if we're talking right around 200,000 right now, and we're worried about 999,999 after what we've already done, that's how much more there is left to this chapter. But that's going to be it for this episode. It's a little bit short, but I think it's a decent place to stop since it's where we've already been. I don't want to oversave that. Apparently, I need to make a new save since I haven't uploaded any of these other episodes yet. Wait, did I upload that one? Do I have two or three to upload? I'm going to make a new save just to be safe. Alright, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to like this video and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Everybody have a great day.